Here at the Rochester Public Market, there's a myriad of things you can find. From produce to trinkets, there's no shortage of goodies. But today, we're here for one thing and one thing only: donuts. Welcome back, everybody. Today, we are at the Rochester Public Market for a place I've never been to before, and I'm really excited. We have the owner of Lucky Ducks, and I'm going to turn it over to you to introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Leanie. I'm the owner and founder of Lucky Ducks Mini Donuts. We opened the business. We just started our first day of sales at the public market on May 1st. I was originally the executive pastry chef at country clubs around Rochester, and the most recent country club that I was at, they eliminated their pastry program. So I lost my job. And I sulked for like 3 months. So I sulked for about 3 months, and then I saw a donut machine on Amazon, and I just was like, I could do that. I could sell mini donuts. So then I found a real machine that could actually keep up at the market.
Yeah.
And we got it, and we got a loan, and we just started building from there.
Quick side note, Leanie did mention that she was able to start this thanks to a Kickstarter, which raised over $5,000 thanks to friends and family.
Lucky Ducks, the name came from, we call our kids Lucky Ducks to lovingly gaslight them into thinking they have a really great life.
I like that.
So that's where the name came from.
That's incredible. First of all, I want to go back a bit. You were a pastry chef at country clubs. What kind of pastry did you make, and how did you land on donuts when you got this job or got this idea?
So I did like the whole program. So I would do everything from the breakfast pastries they would have in the morning to the breads they would have before dinner, and then the desserts after dinner. So I did the whole spectrum.
Wow.
But donuts have always been a love of mine, a huge passion. They're my favorite food in the world. So when I saw the machine, I was just like, that's what I want to do with the rest of my life.
That machine is also really cool. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. I'm used to like the Krispy Kreme and things, but
Right.
that is really cool. So I see you also have some like seasonal flavors and things like that. So walk us through, like, I see you do powdered sugar, but you have a glaze as well that you do. So kind of walk us through that.
Yeah, so we have a regular menu, which you do cinnamon sugar or vanilla sugar, and we call that our dusting. And then for your drizzle, you can pick from vanilla, strawberry, salted caramel, or Nutella. And then we have a migration menu,
Okay.
so to play on the duck theme. And so that is just like stuff that's just passing through.
I like that idea. So the migration menu today is the apple cider glaze and the pumpkin spice.
Yeah, pumpkin spice latte glaze.
That's exciting. I'll be trying both of those, just FYI. So walk us through your migration menu. So is it seasonal? How do you decide your flavors for that?
Yep, I do it based on like what fruit is available and stuff like that at that time of year. Like the last migration menu we did was a Concord grape glaze.
Wow.
And that was really good. It was very nostalgic of childhood because that was like the only jelly there was when we were kids.
Seriously, who had strawberry? We only had grape jelly and jam. That was it.
And then I've done like a blackberry with lemon sugar, and I think that's all the ones we've done so far.
That's exciting. I mean, 4 months. Well, no, we're in October now, almost November. So 6 months you guys have been here. What has been your greatest success?
Honestly, the repeat customers. It's so cool that people come back every week, and they're like, we're only here just because we want your donuts.
Wow.
Or we saw you were going to be here today, so we came today, and that just feels so good,
That is exciting. That's awesome. I mean, to go from a pastry chef to own your own business, I'm sure it's not easy. I'm sure it's a terrifying jump.
Yeah.
So at what point did you know this was the leap of faith for you?
Honestly, it was just the support of my partner. He was just, when I had the idea, he was just very much like, let's do it. And there was no like qualms about how much it was going to cost us, how much time it was going to cost us. And he still works full time.
Wow.
As an executive chef. He's been at country clubs as well. And so he comes here, he works full time all week long. And then he comes here with me on Saturday.
That's
I drag
love.
him here at 5 a.m, and he's a trooper.
You're here at 5. Okay, so you brought that up. So the public market is open from 7:30 to around 2:30, right?
Yeah.
So what is your process like for setup?
So when we usually wake up around 5 and try to leave the house by 5:30, get here starting setting up around 6.
Wow.
And then he usually takes care of setting up the whole machine, and I take care of all the visual stuff, putting all the cute stuff out and stuff like that.
Your booth is definitely cute, so it definitely shows. And I love your insignia. I love the name. Everything about your business just seems so inviting, which
Thank
I
you.
think is the most important part, especially in a market like this, right? You stand out amongst the bunch.
Thank you.
Which I think makes it really cool. So I'm really excited to try some of these donuts. And I would love for you to take a moment to kind of shout out anything you want to shout out, whether it's
where we can find you, whether it's where you're going to be in the future. Just take a moment to grandstand, I guess.
So you can find us on Instagram, LuckyDucks_mini donuts. That's where we post where we pop up on Fridays and Sundays. And then Saturday, we typically stay at the market. But if there's another event that pops up that we get invited to, we'll go to that. Like next week, we're going to be at the Salvation Army in Canandaigua for Hometown Heroes Day.
That's
They're doing
exciting.
like free haircuts for veterans, and we'll donate a portion of all of what we make to the veterans.
You guys heard it here first. Make sure to stop by so we can get some proceeds to the veteran and support this small business. I do have one more question. As the weather changes, I assume the market closes. Is that correct?
No, actually, it does stay open all the way through the winter. Typically, the season for when it's most full is from May 1st to October 1st. And then, as you can see now, stalls are starting to empty out. And then through November, it'll just get a little bit more scarce. And then everybody will move over to the A shed that is left. So we're going to still keep going through winter.
So you guys heard it here first.
Yeah.
Come by through winter and support Lucky Duck Mini Donuts.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, y'all. Y'all just saw the interview for Lucky Duck Mini Donuts. And of course, I wasn't walking away without getting any donuts. And just that fast, yeah, I forgot which is which. But I can tell you they're both coated in cinnamon sugar. And one is going to be apple cider glaze. And the other is going to be pumpkin spice latte glaze. Don't forget the latte, like Weezy F Baby. All right, I'm just going to dive in on one and see what happens. So first of all, get that look. You see that? Hold on. Let's get the glaze side top first. That glaze covering, looking so pretty. These donuts is mad soft. Ooh. They're so light and airy. It's the perfect. I'm glad I got as many as I did. If I only got 6, I'd be hungry after those 6 still. But the cinnamon sugar, it tastes so, and I hate using this word for a sweet, but it's just appropriate. It tastes so fresh. Like it doesn't taste like they are using any old ingredients. Everything tastes like it's made today. I'm pretty positive that was the apple cider one, but the cinnamon sugar definitely overpowers the glaze just a bit. But the glaze adds a nice little wetness and some additional sweetness to it. And I got to get the second one though, because why wouldn't I? And again, that glaze on top sitting so pretty. It's not playing, man. And again, just the donuts themselves are just a masterpiece, low key. I'm pretty sure that's pumpkin. That's good. All the glazes too, by the way, are made in house. Like they don't go buy an apple cider glaze or pumpkin spice glaze. They make these things in house. You know, it's funny, right? Desserts are so hard to rate because if you mess up a dessert, you shouldn't be going into business. How do you ruin a sweet? But these, 9.5 out of 10. How do you say no to donuts? They're light, they're airy, they're perfect for walking around the entire market. Come get you some. The address will, of course, be right here in the screen. Somewhere, here. It don't matter where. Look at the address. Come pull up on the market. They're not closing. They're here year round. Show your support.